Moin moin and hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another Donboxing and again something from Amazon because Hi-Fi Go, same disclosure as last time. They've asked me if I want to review one of their products and this is the Defiant Gaming Edition. And same as last time, I had to buy this myself and might get reimbursed later. And yeah, it's essentially the Defiant, but as gaming edition. So this one, I think the only difference is that you do get an USB-C dongle with it. Oh, and has an inline mic here. And this perfectly fits also in the last unboxings I did. And I guess after I finished reviewing all of the gaming IEMs, I will probably be able to tell you what's the state of some IEMs that are more gaming focused or gaming forward in 2026 and whether it's worth going for those. So actually just getting a normal IEM. So I did review the Defiant some time ago and actually did recommend it because it was a pretty good IEM. It was a bit V-shaped, sure, but for gaming I think that's totally acceptable. And it also had a relatively decent fit and a pretty good accessory package. And I think really the only difference between this and the normal Defiant might be that this gets you USB-C. It could also be that there's a different tuning. I will need to find that out. So first let's open this bad boy. Whoop. Packaging, in my memory, is pretty damn similar to the normal Defiant. So you remove it just like that, but the color scheme is a bit different. Although I have to say also went for the, I think green last time, this one here comes in blue. And again, unmarked packaging, easy to open, I like that. On the inside here, again, the logo of the Defiant, and then beneath that, the IEM. And here, this is actually a more, I want to say like light blue, sky blue almost. And then the accessories, I think, in here. Again, today I feel like we are checking out the accessories first. Carrying case, I think, is similar to the normal Defiant, so this faux leather. Not a fan of that. It feels also a bit sticky. Not amazing, but it's sturdy enough. Could be a bit more, but better than some of the other gaming IEM cases I have checked out. And then on the inside here we get the accessories. So this is the USB-C dongle that I was talking of. The cool thing is this just screws on and screws off like a normal Terminator here, but it is USB-C. This might be the best implementation of an USB-C so far. The disadvantage over something like the SimGod EW280 gets you, they get you a dongle like this, which of course when you still need to carry around with you like that and you might need a bit more space. This one is the smallest I think you can get in dongle, so that's pretty cool. And it also, yeah, just screws on with the 4-pin here, and yeah, I mean, it plugs in and then it has a secure screw-on mechanism, so that's nice. And as other accessories, this looks like it's the same as the normal that's the normal Defiant here. So we do get, no, actually it's different. Wait, we do get more. Let me quickly do some checking later. Let me quickly do some checking. Okay, it is kind of, I think we need to double check that later on and put a comment in the video if this is the same. Cleaning cloth, warranty card, then the Zeos fans, here you have something for you. And we do get an M sized or like L depending on what the diameter is. This looks like standard M or foam tips. And we do get, no, this is different. I think the other one came with spin fit type tips. This does not come with spin fit type tips. So this here is a regular silicone ear tip. This seems to be similar to what all other manufacturers get you. And then, unlike what I expected, the more spin fit type tips, you do get this short and wide bore tips here that is relatively soft and should probably be comfy. But sound-wise might not be the best for everybody because that should reduce treble a bit and also reduce bass impact. So I think, I need to double check, but I think the normal Defiant came with a better selection of ear tips. Just need to make sure I'm correct here and then yeah, we'll just put that in the video. And then next, let's check out the Defiant Game Edition itself, including the cable. So again, I do like that they do put a bit of additional protective film around so it doesn't get scratched. Because yeah, that's the danger you are running into when you just put it beneath a normal paper. The paper is hard enough to scratch the IEM. So let's see. Yeah. It looks exactly like the normal Defiant, just with a different color scheme here. This is, yeah, as I said, like sky blue, like opal or pearl-like. And some might like it, some might not like it. I think at least it looks nice and also unique because I don't think there's many other IEMs that follow this color scheme. And similar to the normal Defiant, this is like protected. Let's just remove that. So we can actually see the actual colors that are not obscured through the film here. So yeah, it does look pretty in real life. This is again something that probably not to everybody's liking, but it looks unique and it's nice and colorful. Build quality wise, let me just remove the ear tips so we can actually compare. I think this is pretty similar or maybe identical to the normal Defiant. I will do the A/B comparison in my review here. What I do see here, but I'm not sure if I noticed with the normal Defiant, there is actually an BA right here in the nozzle. That's probably the upper treble BA here, which I didn't actually notice in the normal Defiant, neither in the unboxing nor by sound. But obviously I will try again and see how it sounds to me if I can notice it by audio. Other than that, Zeo's logo here, okay. And on top, oh, there's actually an improvement in terms of build quality I see over the normal Defiant. Let me just remove the cable so we can actually see this in detail. So, with the normal Defiant, I had complained that this inlet here over the big pressure hole, there was something just glued in. I was not sure how durable that would be, and the Defiant Game Edition does actually improve on that. So, for a second revision, that's a nice thing to see, because this here is literally, it's just poured in, so this is this resin. There's no way this is gonna fall out. That's nice to see. These small improvements definitely mean they have probably had some feedback and decided to change that, so that's pretty cool. And other than that, do you have another pressure hole? No, there's no other pressure hole around here. No, not around here either. So the 2-pin connector here, not color matched, but seems to be well integrated directly in the resin, so it's really smooth in there. That's nice to see. And then lastly, the cable. Let's quickly check out the cable. Make it a bit, try to smoothen it a bit. Again, not amazingly smooth, but relatively smooth. This is using 2 twisted cores. I think this is just a different color from the normal Defiant cable here. We're going for a bit of a textured optic, so the 2 thicker cores themselves consist of 2 cores that are twisted and then rubberized around, so it's not as smooth as other cables, it's a bit more textured. Strain release at the bottom here does seem to release some strain, could be a bit longer. And again, this screw on and screw off mechanism here with a good amount of friction. That's nice to see. Some of the other IMs I had in recent past did have basically no friction here, and so this thing just rotated off over time by not doing anything. That should stay in place just fine. And then let's go to the splitter. Splitter color-wise matching to the connector here and the chin slider. Yeah, I don't think that this is going to work much. The chin slider is just have basically no friction here, so not particularly helpful. And the other question, is it going to be particularly helpful when you still have the inline mic in here, which obviously you can't get it above that, so you need to have a huge chin for it to actually do something here. I think a better choice would have been putting the chin slider above this so you can actually use it. Yeah. Then we have the microphone in here, the inline mic, which again, I don't think is volume control. I think it's literally just one button you can press. And the mic here on the back. Pressure point is fine, no complaints here. And the cable itself on top here is, I think, the same as it is at the bottom. It's slightly textured. It's medium thick, definitely better than the other gaming IEMs I had looked at in the recent past. But it doesn't seem to be particularly smooth. No, definitely not. I just try to straighten it a bit, as you can see here, and it still goes in this shape here. So, yeah, not amazing, but also not bad. And lastly, we come to the top part of the cable, ear hook. Average to slightly below average bending radius. Rubberization seems to be medium. Let's quickly try how strong the rubber is. A bit too strong, I would say, in my opinion. Should be a bit less springy, but obviously I need to try that myself. We quickly feel here, so you can still feel the texture of the cable, but it's not bad. And then there's a well-readable R indicator printed on here, but no color indication, so that's again small improvement potential. And yeah, after that I will throw in a quick first impressions after I listen to this and after measuring this, but again, first listen and then measuring, how I usually do that. And now quick first impressions for the Defiant game. Purely subjectively speaking, it's again very well tuned. Certainly lightly V-shaped, without the mids being too drowned, the treble not being too forward, generally very well balanced, and purely subjectively, I don't really perceive a difference to the normal Defiant in my memory here. And objectively, actually, there's a slight difference. The Defiant game comes with a bit more treble. And again, let me stress, I measure all of my IEMs with the exact same ear tip. So this is actually a measurement difference in the IEMs, not the ear tips. And I did also try to reseed it to be sure it's not me being stupid. And indeed, it's not. So actually, the Defiant game measures slightly more bright, which I wasn't able to pick up. But yeah, that should be it for first impressions. That's it. Hope you enjoyed it. Questions, recommendations, or criticisms, please leave a comment below. Donspektor out.